I am going to survive for 100 days in the depths of the oceans in Subnautica, where I will be exploring the depths of the sea and all of its secrets, making a beautiful home so I don't go insane within the ocean, and running into multiple terrifying sea creatures. Without further ado, let's embark on the adventures of Subnautica. Two, one. Oakley dokely, what's going on with my little pockets? Pocket pod. Holy graphics though. Use. Okay. Check the iPad. I am an iPad kid after all. There's tab to close. Here's all the craftables. We got beacon managers. We got photo. We got voice logs. We got data bank. We are failed. We are offline, failed, deployed. At least my whole integrity is good. And at least I got a med kit. Alright, we're gaming then. What more do I need? What's in the box? We got some water and food. We'll grab one of each. Let's head on outside. After leaving my life pod and seeing a massive ship that seems to have crashed here, it was safe to assume that's the ship I arrived in. And by looking at my surrounding, there was nothing in sight. Wild guess, that's the Aurora. Another wild guess, we are f***ed. I then headed into the ocean to get familiar with my surroundings. I found metal scrap here, which could be used to break down into resources, and limestone outcrops that can give you some low tier resources as well. No, what the? Go away! Ow, that shit hurts so badly. And even though this creature almost killed me, it did give me cave sulfur, which we might need later. I should probably get up before I literally drown. Oh no, are we gonna drown instantly? My survivability has went from unlikely to plausible. I don't like those odds. I then swim around for a bit gathering resources. Like any other survival game, we will be needing a lot of items. I think that might just be a thing. There's something in it though, a sea glide fragment. But I can't loot it until we craft an item. And around the ocean, we can find these fragments, which are used to learning new items. We'll need a tool to scan these to learn them, which we'll hopefully get soon. And I then headed back into my life pod to craft some items. The fabricator is basically a workbench, and I turned the metal scrap into titanium. Look at that, we are rich! And then we can make copper wire now. We can make an oxygen tank. Let's just make one right away. Boom. And then tools, here we go. We need a scanner. Meaning we need a battery. Meaning we need an acid mushroom. And then we also need a knife. Would be nice to have a knife at least. Repair tool would need silicon rubber. Can I make that right now? And let's just make that to you right away then. And then let's make a repair tool. Oh, that's what I needed for knife too. Got it. Let's just make a repair. Look at me. Hard at work. Can I make anything with these things? Oh, I can make fins now. That'll be nice. It'll give me more speed in the ocean at least. But let's repair more things in here. Repair this.
This is Aurora. Distress signal received. Rescue operation will be dispatched to your location in 9 hours.
And with the knowledge of help not seeming to come, I knew we were on our own and had to fight for ourselves. I then gathered some acid mushrooms as was needed for crafting, gathered some more outcrops and more metal scrap as well, and crafted a battery with the acid mushroom, and used it to craft myself a scanner. The game wanted me to do a self-scan, and my vitals seemed normal for now. Hopefully this would continue to be the case. I went back to the sea glide fragment we found earlier and scanned it. One more part and we can make a sea glide. Oh, I forget. You're supposed to scan like everything, huh? I guess let's just scan everything. Literally. And by scanning items in the world, we can learn more about them. And in a world of zero knowledge, all knowledge is powerful. And with the sun setting on our first day here, I was still gathering resources, finding copper, titanium, and quartz. I found another one of these boxes, and within it I found a mobile vehicle bay fragment used for creating vehicles once we get the fragments for them as well. Also, all my 100 days videos are recorded live on Twitch, by the way, so if you're interested in watching those form live, check out the description down below. But back to the story. Not far from here, we found the last sea glide fragment that we needed, meaning we could make one of those now. And once we made it back to our life pod, we got a message on the radio explaining that there are other life pods out there with potential survivors, or at least clues on how I will survive. And I then crafted my sea glide, meaning we could travel further and faster, meaning we would find these life pods no matter what. I then placed some small boxes outside of the life pod to store items in them. We would eventually build a home and proper storage, but this would be okay for now. And with my sea glide in hand, we headed towards the life pod the signal came from, truly hoping we weren't all alone down here. And this will give me what? Mobile vehicle bay? Oh, I need to swap tools. There you go. Boom. 2 out of 3 on the mobile vehicle bay. What's this? A grav trap? Anything here? What's this? A beacon. Beacons are nice. Oh, a trash can. Don't know when you need to throw away some garbage. Is that grav trap? That means we have the full grav trap then, right? Okay, that's actually really good. I then located life pod 3, which had clearly been abandoned. Within it, I found their crew log as well as a compass fragment, which would be quite helpful. And not far from it, I found another mobile vehicle bay fragment as well. And once I made it back home, we had gotten another radio message, which was another distress call from another life pod, so hopefully there would be survivors there. And without wasting any time whatsoever, I headed towards the next distress call. At life pod 17, we found a sea moth fragment, meaning we only needed 2 more to make it. And inside of it, we found our crew log, which would teach me more about what happened here, as well as a bioreactor fragment, which would come in handy as well. And yet another reactor fragment too. Usually where you can find one fragment, not far from it, you'll most likely find even more. So if you're playing the game, make sure to keep your eyes open and within your surroundings. And while I take all my fragments and head back home, make sure to check if you are subscribed down below, because it helps me out so much. And let's see if we can get this video to 500 entire likes. I then crafted a grav trap and threw it outside my home. It'll trap fish and hold them close, making it very easy for me to gather food and water. I also crafted a rebreather, which is really important. It basically makes it easier to breathe the further underwater we go. We could make a mobile vehicle bay. Need a power cell for that though, which is gathered by getting, oh yeah, 2 batteries and some silicon. So we just need some items. And while I was out exploring, looking for new clues and resources, I was attacked by a weird fish that I to this day have no idea what did or what it is. Let me know in the comments if you know yourself. The hell is that fish? I feel like I would have remembered. It was weird. And after making it back home from that freaky experience, I crafted a mobile vehicle bay so we could make some interesting vehicles. I also had another message on the radio, which sounded like a rescue team looking for survivors, and hopefully they would save us.
These Altera ships, they run low on engine grease, send an SOS, help, they don't pick up.
After placing the mobile vehicle bay and realizing we didn't have the sea moth yet, we had to go back out exploring and looking for it. It was a good while before I managed to find it, but we now had 2 out of 3 fragments to craft it. So much angry fish here trying to murder me all the time. Oh, nice. We missed that. We missed an entire scanner room parts. And, well, yeah, okay. I suck at looting, apparently. Apparently, I'm terrible at looting. Yeah, that means we have sea moth and scanner room for the future. Obviously, quite far into the future, but... Yes, we can make a vehicle. We just need a lot. We need power cell, glass, titanium. Okay, and then we're going down 300 meters. Oh my. And we were finally able to craft the sea moth. So I started crafting the items needed and prepared. And before you knew it, we had a Seamoth built, meaning we were finally able to head deeper and explore even further.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Whoa. How do you steer this thing? You're like a up-down thing? No? Doesn't seem like there's an up-down thing. It seems like it's just, you know, straight up mouse. Okay, well, we got a Seamoth now. Now, according to the radio, we were going to be saved. We didn't get specifics on when they would arrive, but they wouldn't take too long. But I couldn't live my life depending on rescue actually coming through, so I headed towards Life Pod 19, which was at a 300-meter drop, the furthest we have gone so far. But my Seamoth wasn't able to go further down than 200 meters, so we would have to swim to the 300-meter drop. But that's where the rebreather comes in really handy, and we had to loot up this area first. I found a thermal plant fragment, as well as the most important item in the world, the moon pool, which can be used as an entrance to your home, looking really good, as well as repairing, editing, and storing your vehicles. Does that sound like the most important item in the world to you? If not, you're bad. I also found the last piece of the thermal plant, so we can make that as well. Alright, so that means we have the thermal plant now. We got a little prawn suit torpedo arm fragment. Boom. I see a light. Lights mean PDA. I think it's called PDA. PD something. What's it called? Vehicle upgrade. Oh, nice. Acquired. New blueprint acquired. I then parked up as close to the drop as I could and started swimming down to Life Pod 19. Down here, I managed to find a new resource called Ruby that we hadn't seen before, which made me assume it'll only spawn at the depths of this area, so I made sure to grab a good amount. Ultra high capacity, nice. The ultra high capacity tank would change my entire life as they give a lot more oxygen. And from the crew log, we got new coordinates to something that seemed like an island right above us. Why is it gotta be so dark? Is this D Island? Are we already at D Island? There's no way we're already at like the island. That would be crazy, no? No, we are. What the heck? What the heck? And it was time to explore the island and find out what's around. Maybe we'll find some items too. Me personally, I would just build a house here and not go back in the ocean, but sadly, I do not get a say. This looks like a path. If it looks like a path, feels like a path, walks like a path, it's likely a path. And that looks like food. A lantern tree. Food? Edible? So 10 and 3 water. We'll bring one, and then let's just fill my stomach real quick though. Like there's so many. Might as well just max out my food and thirst. It seems so much better. Oh my god, go away. Don't do it. Okay, you know what? You're stressing me out for no reason. Is there more? Are you trolling? Die, I say. Die, I say. So marble melon gives you... It's a 1 slaughter. Oh, that one's a lot better. Like a lot better. We'll grab one small one. I don't know if I can grow them if they break though. So I guess we got to try to make sure they don't break. Multi-purpose room. Ooh, nice. An entire literal house. Have to make sure we don't... Oh, right there. Wall planter. That's one. Got to make sure we look at literally everything. Oh, nice. We got large room glass dome. That's nice. Oh, we got a bulkhead. Holy, this one takes forever to learn. Literally forever. Holy. We are just learning and learning and learning and learning. How do I get in there? Oh, what? I thought that was a window.
Integrating new PDA data. The reactor will reach a supercritical state in T-minus 10, 9, 8.
What? I'm not even there. I can't see it. What's happening? What the fuck? Jesus. Can I stay on the island? I don't really want to go back. I kind of just want to stay here. I feel a lot safer here. I scanned an indoor grow bed, meaning we could grow our own food, an observatory which can be built in my home, and found even more crew logs to find more clues and information about what's happening. I then hiked up further to the point of the mountain as I saw another structure up there. I found a small planter box up here as well as a nice swivel chair. And with the island feeling all looted, I jumped back to my Seamoth and headed out. Before making it home to my life pod, I found the last piece of the laser cutter as well. And once I made it back home, we had per usual gotten another radio message, which was the coordinates of life pod 13, so it was time to prepare to head towards it. I also built a habitat builder, meaning we could start building a home soon. So I found a nice flat area near my life pod and started building my home. Piece after piece, building a small home. I would build a bigger one later. But for now, I just needed somewhere to store items. We also needed some solar panels on top to generate air and lights inside. I think the fabricator could go here on this wall, like just right here. Like that could go there. Maybe we could put the radio right next to it, right here. That'll be like my little communication area. And then we need lockers. They're gonna go like here on this wall, I guess. I wonder how many I can fit if I squeeze them together. Can I fit 4 or is it 3? So that would look something like, I think I can fit 4. Oh, you can't go in the middle, huh? That's odd. Sure, you know what? Right there will do. And then you can go in the corner over here. And you can go in the corner over here. We'll build the storage. Build all of these. And then we got to take a look at how big they are. I think they're kind of big. Yeah, they're definitely sizable. I want that to be a window. But for that, I need glass. And to make glass, I need 2 quarts per glass. That's a lot. I guess let's start by moving in. After moving all my items into my new home, I made a few planter boxes to grow some food. This would make my life a lot easier as we wouldn't have to catch fish anymore. We were growing lantern trees as well as Chinese potato plants as well. I also built a foundation outside of my home and placed an exterior grow bed and started growing gel sacks, an item I was told would need more of later. Now, because the Aurora blew up, it spread radiation to the ocean surrounding it, also known as where we are. The radio person told me to make a radiation suit to prevent death. So that's what we did. And with my radiation suit ready, we were able to head towards Life Pod 13. So I got back in my Seamoth and went over there now. We were then sent to a new biome that looked like massive mushrooms, and for now at least it looked fairly peaceful here. But sadly, we cannot say the same for Life Pod 13, as there were no survivors. All there was is another set of crew logs. I then swam around looking for new items we hadn't seen before, and we also found the last fragment for the moon pool, which is amazing. Data downloads, codes and clues. There you go. So now we're looking for this right here. We have to physically find this one. And not every quest will physically show you. So you actually have to like physically look around too, because if you look, there is nothing to guide you from top of the water. We've now gotten into a part of the game where they won't show me where life pods are. I simply have to go out there with the information they've given me and find it myself. So with the picture showing me the biome and the clues being given, I headed towards where I thought it would be. That's a life pod right there. That's life pod 6. It's one of these things. And I believe the one we're looking for is supposed to be... What? Have I not looted this one? I haven't looted this one. This life pod 6. Oh. What? That's the one we're looking for. Good job, I guess.
Ma'am.
Alright. W Verdi. We did it. We found it.
Where are the rescue teams? The Aurora did...
How did I... I'm so... We just found it like randomly. We're still missing one though, no? Like we're still missing life pod 4. Like we haven't found life pod 4. Actually, we can try to backtrack to find life pod 4. Transmission is 400 meters west northwest. 400 meters this direction. West northwest. Is that what I said? West northwest. That would be Would it be southeast south or would it be west northwest? That would be here, right? So about 400 meters this direction. We managed to find both the life pods, even though we did it in the wrong order accidentally. Life pod 4 didn't have any clues or anything, but we did locate it. I was then quite close to the Aurora, looting all the wrecks in the sand, which is where I managed to find the propulsion cannon fragment, and the last one for it as well. I then decided to head into a purple cave system I had seen before we had the sea moth, but now that we had it, I would hopefully be able to explore it. Down in the deep end. There are some spooky things down here. I also can't go deeper than this right here with the driving thing. And after making it as far down as I was able to, I started swimming around looking for items. I found a resource called lithium, which ended up being really important. I found diamonds within the shale outcrops down here, as well as magnetite, which would have use for later too. Someone had been in here before me as well, as there was items placed here, as well as an environment log. And once I had explored even further into it, I found another structure as well. Do I just squeeze in right here maybe? Yeah. And there's nothing in here. Not a single thing. Oh, we got a new marker though. The grassy habitats. With the place seemingly being explored fully, I headed back home for now. And by using the diamonds that we found down there, I crafted a laser cutter, meaning we'd be able to loot some cool new places. Is it going nighttime right now? There's no way it's going nighttime. What do you mean? Is that a cloud or... It's a planet covering the sun. Whoa. I've never seen that before. After watching the planet cover the sun and making the world go dark, I got the last fragment for the beacon, a really important blueprint to have in this game. I then headed back down to the purple cave we were in earlier, as apparently there were still things here that I had forgotten to grab. And when I got down there, I found a brand new structure that we missed before. We also managed to find a stasis rifle fragment here. Now we're fine. Ooh, modification station. Oh god, we need to find all of them. We need all of that right now. That means I could make a better tank right now. Oh my god, so many things here. Holy hell. So many things. Alright, we got the whole thing now. Might as well get the fragments. We're gonna get some air before we go inside. So let's see if there's any other items outside that we missed. Like the modification station. Kaboom! And the last moon pool too, I think. Was it the last moon pool? No? Okay. Gotta learn everything. If it can be learned, I learn it. I then headed inside and grabbed another crew log, a water filtration fragment, a double bed fragment, more crew logs, and one more hidden crew log that we almost missed inside of the locker. And before going home, I decided to grab some more of the resources down here as well. If there's one thing I've learned in the world of survival, it's to always keep looting. And when we got back home, I crafted a modification station, which was a massive upgrade. It's used for enchanting and upgrading things further. First thing I crafted on this was a thermo knife, automatically cooking fish when taking them down. Second thing I crafted was the ultra high capacity tank, basically doubling my time underwater, which will be super helpful. 225. That is almost 4 minutes underwater. It's a good time. Gotta step away, be back though. Sounds good, QC. Thanks for the follow too, bro. And at last, but absolutely not least, I crafted Ultra Glide fins. I'm not sure how much faster they are, but I dare say almost twice the speed underwater. I also built a moon pool on my home so I could store my sea moth and customize it, but don't worry, this silly house will look a lot better soon.
Aurora, we're approaching the planet now. We have a landing site for you that's... well, it's better than the alternatives. We've sent you the coordinates.
The guy that's been on the radio was saying they were finally coming to rescue us. Apparently, they're gonna arrive in 40 minutes, meaning we need to be there when they arrive. And hopefully they can get me off this planet. But for now, I built a storage module for my Seamoth, as well as a depth module so we can go deeper, and a hull reinforcement to strengthen my Moth. And I now needed stalker thieves to craft my next item, which are the thieves of these pink creatures, and their thieves can be found within the green area with the big bushes. The only problem is that they can be really hard to locate, but after looking for an eternity, we did manage to find a singular one. I then spent it on making the Seamoth Def MK2, meaning we could go even deeper now. I then of course had to change the colors of my vehicle. This can be done within the moon pool, and if you know me, you know all my vehicles are going to be red. With us having 20 minutes left to get to the pickup location and me not knowing what to expect when we get there, we headed out now. And once we had gotten there, we found yet another island. I was curious what secrets this island would hold. There was a massive structure here, something of a size we haven't seen before, and we surely had to find out the secrets of this.
Time to bring out the scanner and scan it all. Purple tablets. Insert tablets. Do I have a tablets? I don't have a tablets. I wish I could, man.
I found a purple tablet right up the road, so I brought it back down and opened up the gate. Once we got inside of the structure, there was nobody here. Nothing but some data to learn about it and spooky hallways to walk through. And at the bottom of the building, we found something called an alien arch, also known as a teleporter, but it was disabled at the moment.
Insert. Bruh. Get out of here.
The control panel is broadcasting a message. Translation reads:
Infected.
Warning, infected individuals may not disable the weapon. This planet is under quarantine. Self-scan complete. Bacterial infection in your system is progressing. Detecting skin irritation and immune system response. Further data required to identify bacterial strain. Translating background broadcast.
So the needle machine scanned us and clarified that we indeed was infected. We weren't sure what the side effects was yet, but this building seemed like a security area. Like the lady said, the planet is under quarantine and would protect itself at all costs. I then found a cave outside that spawned more rare resources, like lithium, diamonds, and other resources we found in the purple cave.
Is that an alarm system or what are we doing here?
Survivor, we see you. Man, I don't know how you held out down there. We broke an atmosphere and we're descending towards the landing site.
Sure you are.
Is that a building down there?
Eh.
What do you mean you can't identify it?
Kind of more like a gun, but
Hold on. No turning back now.
you should have turned back.
Touching down in 10, 9, 8. It's coming from the building? Change course. Set thrusters to full.
And it was clear that we were not going to get rescued, and it's safe to assume that there were 0 survivors in that explosion. So I went back in the cave to gather more items before heading back home. As we're not getting rescued, we'll have to continue on with trying to rescue ourselves. The first thing I did after getting home was to make a depth MK3 module, meaning we could go down to 900 meters. And our next mission, now that we were all alone and left behind, was to head towards Life Pod 12, being at a 250 meter drop. And after making it to the 200 meter drop, you can physically see the ambience change. And not long after exploring, we found a wreck, so it was time to loot it.
I can definitely find some stuff here. But that's really bad though. That's this radiation here. It's also really bad that these guys are trying to fuck up my shit. Just gotta send it. Nice. I just gotta pray they're not fucking up my boat right now while I'm... Not even anything in here though, is there? If only this didn't take 7 days. I can literally hear them fucking up my boat as we speak. I don't know if y'all hear that, but I'm pretty sure they're fucking up my shit as we speak. 100%. I literally hear it.
I went back to the sea moth and I indeed had made a new friend, and it was now time to get to life pod 12 and make it maybe further down too. After finally making it to life pod 12 at the 250 meter drop, I looted the PDA at the pod, which gave me a propulsion cannon. And sadly, there was nothing else within the life pod itself, so I looted some around it, as well as scanned some of the stuff as well. And with everything being looted to my best knowledge, I headed back home. It was time to craft a repulsion cannon and go out on another adventure. So I jumped into the sea moth and headed towards the Aurora. We have been here for far too long to not go here and see what's going on. So I found a little opening in this ship and headed in, which seemed like a place that we could enter. I then tried the cannon on some crabs because they're annoying and they deserve it. We found some logs, some notes, and even more data, as well as a Cyclops engine, which we will need later, and the last piece of it as well.
Just loot everything. So much food, bro. I need like some real loot. Open sesame. Ooh, items.
Integrating new PDA data.
We then found ourselves in a flaming storage room that had something really important, which is the prawn suit fragment, a vehicle I plan on using quite a bit later. Fragment number 2, number 3, and number 4 as well.
So we don't know the code for this door for cabin 1. But we do, on the other hand, know the code for this room, which is... Could it be 1806 in here? No way, right? 18. Nah, you can't have zeros. Okay. But we do know what the code for this door is. It is 2679. Might as well learn the bench while we're in here. Neptune escape rockets. The Neptune escape rocket might be what you think it is, and it also might not be. We won't be using this for at least 60 more days though. Cabin 1, 1869.
Integrating new PDA data.
Holy food items is all I'm saying. Like what? I got food for 100 decades. So did we learn anything valuable? Everything here seems to be dealt with. I don't think we learned anything that was like wowzers. I wonder if I should get a fire extinguisher and go in there. There you go. Cleared up some room. There was a fire extinguisher laying around here. Oh, I have one. There you go. Another free battery. More water. Some brain power.
I then found myself in what looked like an engine room, and we had to repair all the cores, which would supposedly fix the radiation, according to the lady on the radio.
Can this thing get off my hand? On God, like what do you want, bruh? I found another hole. A breach, I mean.
If we're lucky here, this will fix the radiation.
We did it! I saved the world.
And with the reactor being fixed, I threw one more crab into the ocean and headed out of the Aurora, as I believed it to be fully explored. And while I make it back home in one piece, you should check if you are subscribed down below, as it really helps me a lot. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers as well, and I'd love to be there by the end of this month. And once I had made it back home, we got another radio signal, which was Life Pod 7, so it was time to prepare to head towards it.
Southwest of the stern section. Stern section is there, like here-ish, and then we're going southwest. approximately 1,000 meters. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. That's what I said, that I didn't want to go there because of that. He's not following me still, is he? No, we're good. And that right there is one of many terrible sea creatures in Subnautica that we want to stay clear of. Luckily, we managed to evade it for now. I then went towards the location of Life Pod 7, and it didn't have much, but it did have logs which we grabbed before leaving. And instead of going back home after dealing with Life Pod 7, we headed towards our next coordinates, which would be at the deepest drop we have been to yet. There was an entire structure down here, and we were at a 500-meter drop with new creatures and new life. Now we're going to try to park this thing underneath here. If that makes sense somehow. And then I guess we're looting this very humble place. Looks really cool here. Swim charge fins. Damn. Could be a ladder or something. Oh, there's something else. Oh, picture frame. That's nice. What's over here? I need a breed. What are you trying to scan? An alien containment. You are outside, I am inside, and we're keeping it that way. Stop looking at me. I do not approve of you just door camping me. This thing is so cool. The alien containment thing is so nice looking. What's this? Cyclops shield generator. We're starting to get some high tier levels now.
Integrating new PDA data.
Definitely starting to rack up some fancy stuff. And after looting through the entire structure, I headed a little further down exploring for new items, which is where we found this new resource that's green. I don't remember what it's called. And I also got bullied by this weird guy when I was trying to leave, but we did eventually manage to get out of here. And once I had made it back home and put away all the items, we got another radio distress call, which was Life Pod 2. And per usual, I wasted no time on heading towards it, which took me down to a 400-meter drop with weird trees that give blood oil when looted. What the hell was that sound? Cyclops depth module. Oh wow, you're just chilling. You just literally came from under the ground.
New PDA data.
Or when am I supposed to loot, huh? With all you f***s always around everywhere I go. Back the f*** up. Oh, shroom, deep shroom. You weird little guy. Stop making weird noises. You're upsetting me. Stressing me the f*** out for no reason. And after being scared for my life, finding new resources as well as deep shrooms, I went back to the sea moth and headed out to get back to the safety of my home. We had managed to find a lot of new items the last few days, including prawn and Cyclops, so we could potentially start working on that soon. But before we head deeper into the ocean, it's time to get a proper house. So I went to the little deep red area next to my home and placed my moon pool down here, choosing for this to be where I would build my real home. I then added 2 glass hallways here, which would lead to another section of my new home, which would be a large room that would eventually put a glass dome on later, as well as some solar panels on the roof to generate power and oxygen, and a horrible amount of large storages. I don't know about you, but I like having 1 resource per box in Subnautica, as it's a lot easier finding things as well as knowing how much I have, as things just does not stack to literally anything. Okay. I think we have enough storage for life with this. Now it's time to put stuff in storage. So we're gonna do titanium. And with this insane amount of storage, it was time to move in. So I did as many trips as needed to move all my items into my new home. I then built a vehicle upgrade console,
as well as some windows to let some lights in during my days here. I built a corner for my food to grow in bigger plots, so I went with 3 plots so we'd never go hungry again. I built some foundations outside so I could place grow planes here too. I went with 4 planters, which would hopefully be enough for now. But as the moment went on, we'd only be growing gel sacks and deep shrooms. And between moving stuff between homes and gathering resources to build, these days were going on quite fast. And I don't want to bore you guys too much with the whole gathering resources part, but we did do it quite a bit. I also built a scanner room, which can be really useful to finding items around you.
Scanner room, range upgrade, HUD chip, speed. I think that would be the 3 like important ones, I guess.
Scanner room isn't worth it unless we have its upgrades. The scanner room upgrade makes it find items faster, range upgrade makes it find things further away, and the HUD chip will make items visible on my character at all times if scanning.
For Stalker Tooth, like let's see how fast it would take. And now it'll literally just locate them for me. I guess let's go use it real quick just to like, you know, verify it actually working. We'll just go loot that one that's out there for now. Yeah, like look at that. Literally one right next to my house that I haven't seen.
And with this scanner room clearly working, I went and gathered a few tooths. Something we were really struggling to get earlier is now just so easy. And with my home looking nice for now and me wanting to explore further, we had a lot of work to do. We were currently in a part of the game where we got no more radio signals or clues. So our best bet was to get back to Life Pod 2, which was at the deepest drop we'd been so far, and hope we could find a way to get deeper from there. We knew we were supposed to get deep from the clues.
Let's just go deeper, I guess. If this goes deeper, then we're on the right path. We're at almost 600 meters now. That means I think... Yo, what's wrong with you, ugly boy? Yo, ugly boy, back up, please. I think I'm going to chuck a beacon here in hopes of this being where I'm supposed to be. Deep entrance. Ow. Yo, cough. Okay, there are literal demons down here. I don't know if y'all hear it, but there are literal demons here. Now the question is, what is that screeching? Stop. I hate this game. Every time I play this game, I question why I play this game. It's fucking horrifying. I hate this game, bro. This game is so spooky for no reason. It's like not even scary. It's just...
And we were clearly in the right area. The sounds were getting scary, and we were almost at an 800-meter drop.
There's like pillars here, like weird pillars. So at this point, where we are in the game right now, I have no idea what I'm doing or where I'm going. Okay, we found something. There's a structure of sorts. Captain Obvious.
And after finding our way into the structure, we were able to scan a massive egg. I don't even want to know what this is going to hatch. As well as something called a warper that I wasn't sure if was a creature or just something weird.
So, what's happening? Oh, whoa. 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 What the hell? What kind of weird shit is that? What's happening to me? We're in the deep now, Nick. We're at 800 meters. This is where shit's getting spooky. There's a lot of spooky creatures down here. You're dead, right? Like, you're not gonna, like, wake up, are you? I don't think you will. Is there anything in here that I can loot?
And after feeling like I had explored the building properly, I headed back to my sea moth to continue even further down. We then continued down the river, going as deep as the sea moth were able to.
What's that fucking screeching? What is that massive thing I just saw go? Oh, that's the... Ah, shit. Okay, so we're dead. No, don't look back. That's #1 rule is don't look at it. I have to look at it. What are you? Is that like... What is that? Is that a Leviathan? I don't remember. Is that big bad? Or what are you? What is this thing?
And to answer my own question, I don't think that was a Leviathan, and if it was, it is an extremely small one at least. I then poked my head underwater, which apparently hurts quite a bit. I guess that this might be acid, but it did also spawn sulfur under there, which we will be needing.
We just gotta leave, I guess. We got to come back with medkits or maybe the better suit. I assume the better suit would help me, the reinforced one, providing physical protection and enhanced in extreme temperatures. You need like 4. Yeah, the issue is I just fucked up looting them. And if I go down again, I'm dead. I'm pretty sure I'll just die if I go back down there. I'm gonna see if I can like magically locate one in the corner of the river somehow, but I think if I go back under, I'm dead. And with me risking my life gathering a few sulfurs, we had no choice but to head back home as I was almost dead. I hadn't died once since we arrived on this planet, and I had no plans of it happening today at least. And while we were heading towards home, I found the last fragment for the Cyclops bridge. A Cyclops hull fragment, and another one, and the last fragment as well, meaning we could now make an entire Cyclops. And we're gonna make the better suit as well. Not sure what it does. You're claiming it doesn't do what I'm claiming it does. Nonetheless, I still want to have the upgraded stuff. We needed Bloodvine for it though, which we had plenty of, which is turned into benzene. And I then used the required resources to make the diving suit that I wanted. And with some medkits in my inventory and my new diving suit, I wasted no time in heading back to the deep river. It takes a while getting to and from it, but I was super excited to find out more about this place. I can't go down there right now. We're not... Oh, he's getting real close. Oh, just move. Just pretend like he's not there. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Do a little 180. Okay, he didn't aggro. That's good at least. We found another sulfur in the acid water here, as well as some more as well. And once we had made it into a brand new area, that's where I managed to find nickel ore, which I would soon realize was really important as it's a resource that we really need. Oh yeah, we're cooked. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. I'm trying to loot down there. How can I loot when you're attacking me? It's not fair. I need to loot. No, I can choose 2 ways to go. I will go left because I'm always right. Should have gone right because my dad left. Damn it. This seems to be a dead end. And if we can find shipwrecks around here, then we might be able to... Yeah, that's just rude. Why are you... When do I get power back? Okay, I was about to say. Turned my engine off and it was just off for good. Okay, because now we're back here. Oh, so that was also an entrance. Okay. And with new resources being found, as well as a new entrance, I chose to start heading home and find out what I could use these resources for. Oh, we should listen to the radio. What am I doing? Gotta go listen to the radio. Very informative. Yeah, that's just really informative. Thank you so much for that, by the way. I learned so much for that. Next thing I did after making it home safe was to remove my solar panels temporarily so I could change the roof of the open room to glass, making it look way cooler. I built a little bed in front of this window, and you can actually sleep in the bed, but I'm not sure if it changes the time at all. I then went out exploring a bit, looking for shipwrecks, specifically trying to find new fragments. Ooh, grappling. See? I told you, we just gotta loot. Kaboom! We need one more part, though. That's the issue. What's that? Cyclops docking bay. That's... Docking bay repair. I don't know what that means. Look away so I don't get my fucking eyes blown out. Epilepsy warning. Hello, my life's flashing before my eyes. Chill. Please give me the Cyclops arm. It's not gonna give it to me here. Where is it? You know what? It could. Oh, it is. No, fuck. That's a drill. Oh, yes. Okay. That means we have it. Boom. Grappling. Drill.
Integrating new PDA.
We have 100 seconds to get the fuck out, so I'm stuck. Does that mean we should start making the stuff to go deep? I guess, maybe? I guess so, right? We should just go home here and start making stuff.
to go deep. And it was time to start making new vehicles, specifically the Cyclops and the prawn suits. And after gathering and crafting all the required items, I went to the vehicle bay to create my new vehicle. Cyclops.
The Cyclops is designed to be operated by a three-person crew.
It's so fucking big, bro.
Should it
It's so big. I don't even remember it being that big. Actually fucking massive. I do not recall it being that big. Holy, how do I enter again? Ow. Oh, there you go. Little door down here. We got like hella storage here. You just live in here if you want to. Upgrades. So right now we can go... I don't know how far we can go. We got upgrades though. We got full health power cells. We need to make a few more. Okay, so we got 3 more power cells there. We got the upgrade fabricator. Meaning we can get efficiency, shield, sonar, docking, repairs vehicles docked. And then we got... Oh, we're obviously gonna... Oh yeah, we can like change the color. We can open up a chute right there. Look at this shit, bruh. Full on lightings and shit in this thing. How the fuck do we drive this thing again? And after making this Cyclops, which is literally a driving house, I got familiar with the consoles and whatnot. And if you look in the top right corner, you can see a bunch of Cyclops upgrades, which will be making both to go deeper and to have more vehicle control. Starting with the depth module to go deeper, efficiency module to save power while down there, and sonar upgrade to know more about my surroundings, as well as a shield generator, which absolutely absorbs all of your power, like it literally eats power while using it, and I did not know about this yet. Next up was to make the prawn suit, as we'll be needing that too, meaning it was time to gather and craft a bunch more items.
you will have to make do with self-discipline.
Oh, it actually landed on top. Holy. I'm so cool now. Holy, I'm cool now. Woohoo. We got ourselves a little prawn. And you might have guessed it, next up was to craft as many mods for it as I could. But with us missing quite a bit of resources, I headed back down to the river again looking for more of them. Especially more nickel, as we were entirely out of it. I made the depth module to go deeper, the jump jet so I could jump higher and further, and grappling arm to become a spider prawn. Meaning we were ready to head way deeper than we had ever been before. At this point, it was time to get to the deeper area using the Cyclops, meaning we had quite a journey ahead of us. Are you noticing how the shield is activated in the bottom right, and my power eating itself because of it? I had zero clue at this time that the shield ate as much power as it did, meaning we weren't even at the river yet and basically out of power. So with us being almost out of power without making any progress, I had no other choice but to head back home and figure things out. I didn't have the power cell charger at the time either, so I figured I would just make as many power cells as I could and go back down there. And after making a full pack for the Cyclops, as well as a full pack of backups, we were ready to go back down there. So we headed back towards the deep entrance, but with me having no idea that the shield killed power, I was obviously still using it. Meaning we hadn't even made it to the entrance and we were already out of power. But with me having some backup power cells, I replaced them and continued down. How are we out of power? We're not going to be able to... I'm not going to be able to go deeper. I'm also not going to be able to get home. I thought it was the electric eel things that was stealing my power, but... Because it was. But what else? What else is stealing my power? Why am I cooked? There's no more oxygen in here either because there's no power. Insufficient undocking clearance. Okay, because we're stuck. Because it's too low. We're actually cooked then. We're dead. Plain and simply, we're dying. It's honestly just a plain and simple thing that's gonna happen here. And after still not having any clue what was going on, I had no intentions of going home. I put the Cyclops in park and went on foot using the prawn suit. Exploring with the prawn was really exciting as well. We just had to make sure we didn't run out of power while being way down here.
We're going down, 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 down. Because I was supposed to bring my whole boat down here. And now I'm just... Well, there's ketamine or whatever, which I need. I hear spooky things. I swear I hear spooky things. This is going to help a lot if I can get this home. I need my ship to be able to get down here. Like, my entire survival depends on the ship coming down here.
And if you couldn't tell by my endless complaining, I was really confused to why my Cyclops wasn't working, even though it was obviously my fault. I then found a drop that seemed to go way deeper than where I currently was, but we weren't ready to go here just yet. We needed more depth modules to go there.
Oh god, he's right there. I don't know if he's aggroed, but I also have no intentions of sticking around to find out. Alright, if he was aggroed, we de-aggroed him for sure. Did we? I still hear him quite fucking loudly. There's another one, or is that the same one? And I believe we're supposed to just go down where we just looked at the drop, which we can't do because we don't have the depths. Let's just farm some more kyanite so we're sure we have enough. Okay, that's just really inconvenient, buddy. We're just gonna leave. At least get away from him. Because apparently he doesn't want me to have fun. And he definitely doesn't want me to have fun. Oh, he's so angry. I can just... Okay, yeah, we're cooked. Don't miss. Yeah, we're dead. We're dead. We're dead. We're dead. We're dead. We're dead. Oh, we're dead. Like, we're actually dead. Yeah, we're actually dead. Plain and simply, we are dead. We are dead. Oh, he de-aggroed.
And with my life flashing before my eyes, not sure if I would survive or not, I managed to find an entrance in the mountain, so we headed inside of it. It led to some sort of a tunnel with a lava river, and on the other side of the tunnel, there was another one of the alien structures. And after making it inside of the structure, I farmed all these ion cubes as we probably need it for something. And not long after, I used the ion cube to open the portal that was down here.
Oh, that's okay. I don't know if it's a good idea to go through it. I guess here goes hoping we get back, right? Okay, it seems like we can. Where am I though? And I do not have any spare water and stuff on me. I think this is back in the beginning. Okay, we're free. Not that we're not going back, but we're free for now.
And once we made it back to the island using the teleporter, I gathered some food here to get my vitals in order and teleported back down to the deep area to keep exploring, gathering some data that was around and learning that I couldn't go in this room until I brought a purple tablet. So with what I was allowed to explore for now feeling completed, I went back to my prawn and prepared to leave the area. I then continued back up the cave in the mountain, heading back towards my Cyclops. Getting back up wasn't the easiest task with the prawn suit, but it was doable. And before you knew it, we were back at the Cyclops, ready to head back home. Making it home wasn't much of an issue either, and we managed to get there with power left. I then went to my sea moth and headed out on a journey. The goal was to locate the power cell charger fragment so we could charge all the power cells I had at home. We found this structure on top of a mushroom that, according to my chat, would have the fragment. But unsure if it was due to a bug or not, the fragment sadly didn't spawn in here for me. But we did still find some other items we might need in the future, so we continued further, hoping we'd find it elsewhere.
Alright, so somewhere on this depth, in like the blue The blue ocean. There's supposed to be one. That shit looks like void. I don't like it. Oh, that's a Leviathan right there, just vibing. Does that mean I'm near void? And I don't belong here? And I'm definitely going the wrong way? Go down there. I'm not fucking going down there. Yeah, that's void. Right? That's void. Isn't that void? Isn't that why there's so many Leviathans there? Why is there so many Leviathans? Unsure or whether or not this was the so-called void, I headed out of this area because of the Leviathans. And not long after, we managed to find a new shipwreck to loot. Hopefully, we'd also be able to find the power cell fragment here. She salvage. Nothing. I hear something. As a capsule. Hey, give me some stuff, please. Give me a power cell. What you got for me, game? What you got for me? Nothing. Nothing of value, at least. Unlucky. Oh! Power cell. Power cell. Boom. And boom. We got it. Kaboosh. We're good. Okay, home. It was 2 Leviathans on top of my head. Even the radio lady started asking me if I knew what I was doing. That's how bad that was. You know, when the lady on the phone starts asking you, are you sure you want to continue going this path? That's how you know it's bad. That's how I knew it was void. Because I think she asks you, are you sure you want to go this direction when you start going towards the void? And the fact that there's literally just endless Leviathans guarding it. And with the power cell charger being gathered, we had some items to farm to be able to craft it. But not long after, we placed it on the wall and started charging our batteries. But with the amount of batteries that we had, this would take literal days to finish. Meaning we had to get creative with what we spent our next days doing. And you should probably check if you are subscribed while I figure that out. Cyclops depth, prawn depth. Upgrade this and this. Perfecto. And upgrade goes in here. 1700 meters on the prawn. So my Cyclops can go to... My prawn can go 1700. And you can go 1700. Max depth. Meaning we are hereby good to go to the bottom. Literally the bottom. With my depth modules being put into the prawn and the Cyclops, we were technically ready to head to the very bottom of the ocean. But we would still have to wait for the power cells to finish charging, meaning it's time to get creative. We then built a glass hallway coming out of the moon pool, as well as a multi-purpose room coming off that, as well as making the ceiling of it glass to make it look cooler. I then built a bioreactor which would generate more power, as the power cell charger was using a lot, as you can see top middle of the screen. The bioreactor is probably the best power source in Subnautica because you can use mushrooms and other planes to fuel it, which can be easily grown inside of your home. I then built some reinforcements so we'd be able to build even more, as well as a pipe out to the other side of the moon pool for another area. I then built it 2 floors up and built another multi-purpose room up here, which we could use for other cool things in the future. Meaning we of course had to build some ladders in here to get up. I also built a prawn suit thermal charger, meaning if the environment I am in is hot, the prawn suit will charge itself. And well, from my experience, everywhere we have used it has been surrounded with lava, so that should be working well. I built the same mod for the Cyclops, which would hopefully help with the power usage on that too. With all batteries being fully charged, I grabbed the prawn and parked it in the Cyclops, and started driving the Cyclops to get towards the deep river yet again. Slowly but surely descending at the drop of my beacon, actually managing to do it without any hassle at this time. And not long after we had gotten to the lava area, but this time we managed to bring the Cyclops down.
Exploring this area was really exciting, especially by using the Cyclops because of how cool it is down there. And before you knew it, I found myself at the drop we found earlier with the plans of actually going down here this time.
Cyclops is... okay, so we gotta jump. Am I going the right way? I don't know if we're going the right way, but you know what? I'm going down there. Where are you? The fuck? I don't know. If we got the demon appearing on my screen, I think we're going the right way. This looks kind of hot. No pun intended. Well, I think that's where I'm going. Your question is, where's Big Boy? Where do we come from? West, northwest. Where is Big Boy? I want to see him. Is he like AFK or something? No, he is not. No, he is not. He is not AFK. He is right behind me. Get inside. Oh my god, he just shot a literal rocket at me. What the fuck? Yeah, you stay out there. Ow, I don't want to go outside. No, I'm going inside. Jesus. I almost died.
I found myself within a massive structure with many rooms to explore, supposedly learning more about what was going on down here. I found a portal that I could activate with the ion cubes, which took me to the mushroom forest, meaning we had an easy access point to get here. I found yet another portal opened by the ions, which took me to the big island with the weapon building. Yet another portal opened, which took me to the deep river. And the main door down here had to be opened with a blue tablet, which of course I did not have on me. But by using the mushroom portal, we weren't too far from home. So I headed back home, crafted a few purple tablets, a few blue ones as well, hoping we'd not have to come back home again. And before you knew it, we were back and ready to open the gate.
Played alone. They bored me. Now they're gone. And instead, we have you. We are curious whether you swim with the current or fight against it as they did. My young need to hatch, to play outside this place. We have been here so long. The others built a passage to reach the world outside. I asked them for this freedom, but they could not hear me. If you help us, I will give you freely what the others tried in vain to take.
So I breed mass destruction, I live? I'm so down. How do I know what the recipe is again? Do I like get... Oh, ion battery. Ooh, ion power cell. Oh, they're probably so much better. Like, probably so much better. But how do I, Are you all gonna fucking tell me how to make this shit or nah?
Now this is going to seem really confusing if you are new to Subnautica, but basically what we have learned so far is that this Leviathan needs her kids in the open ocean to cleanse the sea. Meaning that the planet is on lockdown with the alien machines because of some sort of a disease, and according to the thing that we just spoke to, she'll be able to solve the problem, meaning I would then be able to go home. It's a risky choice for me to make for sure, but I've made it this far and there is no way I'm going back now. We had to make the potion first, so I assumed all the portals we opened earlier would be the way. Finding one piece in the mushroom area, another one in the purple ball area, another one in the island area, and another one in the deep river area, as well as the last piece being found in the room with the Leviathan, making the next step in my plan to head all the way home again to be able to actually craft the potion. I then went back home to make the actual recipe for the potion that I was needing to craft and headed back towards the portal in the mushroom forest to get back to the location.
My young are swimming for the shallows. I thank you. Their freedom is my end. What will it be like, I wonder, to go to sleep and never wake up? Perhaps next we meet, I will be an ocean current, carrying seas to a new land. Or a creature so small, it sees the gaps between the grains of sand. Farewell, friend.
And with that out of the way, the baby Leviathans headed into the open ocean, with the goal of cleaning it to make the planet less toxic somehow, however that's possible.
Self-scan complete. Vital signs normal. No remaining sign of bacterial infection.
Damn. I'm fixed. So much of it. All right, they're dropping it. Does that mean they're cleaning the world? The sea emperors are like cleaning the world, or like what? Like, because the world is full of bacteria that's killing it, right? And they're dropping it to clean. I actually didn't know that from playing it the first time. So they're cleaning the world with it. So it took me until this moment to truly understand what was going on here. But basically, the babies are dropping these orange little balls in the ocean that is supposedly getting rid of the bacteria, which will then eventually turn the alien rocket ship out of the way, so I can then hopefully leave the island. That was the deal we made with the Leviathan. And then I headed back towards my prawn so I could eventually make my way back home, slowly but surely making progress on doing just that, but per usual, it has its dangers. But with little to no problem, we had made it out of the deep river and safely back to my home, meaning it was time to start working on something else, which was the Neptune escape rocket, as it was time for us to start preparing for our escape. We had been here for almost an entire 100 days and overcame quite a lot of things during our trip here, and the first thing we needed to craft was the Neptune gantry, basically a way for us to make the actual rocket itself. I really want to jump. I shouldn't, but I... Don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die. Okay, thank you. I had to do it.
Next item we had to craft was the Neptune boosters, and keep in mind that all of these items were expensive, so we actually had to gather resources to escape the planet. And next up was the Neptune fuel reserve, so we don't accidentally fall out of the sky once we finally do manage to leave the planet. And the next thing to craft was the Neptune cockpit, because there's obviously not a good aircraft without it, especially not mine.
You have to make it red like everything else. There you go. That's a cool ass rocket. I gotta call the elevator. I didn't take the elevator down last time because I jumped. But let me guess. I still need more stuff. Also, why is there storage here? Auxiliary power unit. Community array. Communications array. Boot up the CPU. I hope there's a 9800 X3D in here. Okay, let's prepare a time capsule then. Empty. Here, you can have all my things. Take it all, bro. I haven't taken any screenshots though. Even though we are still not sure if it's real or not. The whole like the whole message system will still do it. F11 to take screenshots. There you go. Bro, I'm clearly busy. Please quiet down. Image. Boom. I was once where you are now. Alone, here, and not able to like follow up against some not defense. Let's not worry. If you have the Aurora, you will grab. Okay. It's ready.
Time capsule ready. Cannot launch rocket while quarantine. Enforcement platform is still active.
The fuck does that even mean?
And in true Subnautica style, that meant that we needed to go all the way back to the island to deactivate the sniper building, by yet again putting our hands inside and getting the needle again. But with the bacteria being gone and me no longer being infected, the building shut down, meaning we were ready to escape the place.
It seems like that's what we needed to do. I dare say that was correct. All the lights are off though, it's so sad here now.
But while sitting down in my chair, ready to leave the planet behind, I couldn't stop but to think that it wouldn't be an escape, more like leaving something behind. I truly enjoyed surviving and playing this game for 100 days, and if you made it this far through the video, write Leviathan in the comment section down below to prove that you made it to the very end. And make sure to check if you are subscribed down below, and I'll see you in our next adventure.
So happy I no longer have to look at fish. Goodbye, time capsule. Goodbye, world. Holy.
Caution. Approaching orbital debris.
Oh, that. Unlucky. That went well.
Orbital debris field clear.
Look at it. Look at the planets.
Confirm destination.
What is a wave without the ocean? A beginning without an end. They are different, but they go together. Now you go among the stars, and I fall among the sand. We are different, but we go together.
Yo, you like video games? Well, I do too. So subscribe, become part of the crew. Hit the bell icon, click on all notifications. Now you won't miss out my uploads. That's a celebration, be a part of the community.